Welcome back. Another veteran we spoke to, socially distanced ahead of this Remembrance Day, is George Stewart, who spent the Second World War flying the Mosquito. It was one of the fastest planes in the world at the time. And George was able to relive those days back in the 80s in a flight during a rare visit on a still flying Mosquito to the Warplane Museum, captured in this CHCH archive video.
And he joined us earlier to talk about his experience and the lessons that saved his life.
Literally saved my life, and I can tell you a couple of instances where it did. We had one guy, his name was Sammy Hoare. His uncle was Sir Samuel Hoare of the Home Office, thank you. And he flew with one eye, which he lost during an airplane accident. And he was over Eastern Germany one time, and they shot at him getting both engines oil supply. And he alternated engines. Just before one would seize, he'd change to the other. And he got home with, and he's written up in the Rolls-Royce annals.
Really?
Sammy Hoare. And you know, he was just a regular guy, and but I thought, you know, maybe he was a bit uppity, and he called me into his office one morning with my navigator and me, and he says, George, I see that you've been front gunning German aerodromes, runways. I said, he said, well, why did you do that? I said, well, sir, I was just so impatient and so hoping to see an enemy airplane I could shoot down, never saw one. So I thought, well, at least I can do that. So I gave him the 4 200mm cannon shells right down their nice runway. He says, well, you know, don't do that. It doesn't do any harm, and it's too dangerous. I said, okay, sir.
What was your scariest moment?
The scariest moment, you know, it's hard to pick a moment like that, except that we were over northern Germany, just below Denmark, Schleswig-Holstein, at a place called Husum. We were out in the moonlight looking for trains and stuff like that, and hopefully see airplanes. And I kept coming back over Husum, and they came up with the searchlights and the anti-aircraft fire, and then I got so impatient, after about the third time, I said, I'll show you, and I dived down, my navigator's hitting me, and said, don't do this. And I pulled up, and something went, and I heard a ding, and my starboard engine started to go. I said, oh my God. So I hit the feathering button on the starboard and got it, and it was up there, and here I am, you know, 400 or 500 miles away from home, and not knowing if the other one had been hit. But what had happened was that as it happened, everything seemed to be going all right. So what I decided to do, I would not fly too high, but I wanted to be close enough to land, even though it was Germany, that I could pop in there and jump out. Or else, so I flew close to the Frisian Islands all the way back. And it was pretty scary.
Well, we're glad you made it back. And can you stick around for health and beauty tips? We love the war memories, but we still can't believe you're 96.
Well, yeah, well, it's something I never expected to reach, but it isn't just 96. It's to be able to remember my name. Yes. And a few other things.
And we're so glad that you share those things with us.
Well, you know,
George
I'm
Stewart,
so glad to be part of Canadian Warplane Heritage, because Warplane Heritage was the launching platform for all of my really serious post-war flying.